What's up, stuff and such? Testes received? Perfect. Welcome to the stream, man. You played in 2015 and watched my streams? So nostalgic? That is very nostalgic. Those were good times. Those were good times.
Surely you jest.
We are getting some salami indeed. Salami on sale in Norway.
Battle commencing in 10 seconds. 5, 4, 3.
Look at all the executive orders in the past few days for the US, laughs and rest of world. I actually think in terms of falling behind or catching up with the rest of the world, and in particular China. Nah, I don't think I'm not going to convection against the Maldives, too risky. I actually think it's more likely to catch up with the rest of the world with the new policies. Like the new policies are better for catching up with the world than the old ones. So I think all EOs included, all things given, it'll be better for us to catch up with those, not worse. Because a lot of the new orders are about less regulation. Less regulation is better for business. Better for business means you have a better chance of catching up with the rest of the world. Stuff like that. Might have some other consequences that are not good, but purely in terms of like catching up, I think that's good for catching up.
Capture the shrines, inherit the Dragon Knight's power, and lay waste to this forsaken kingdom.
Leaving the WHO? Okay, well, I'm not talking about every regulation. I'm just talking about certain regulations in general. Like, they tend to lean towards less regulation in particular, which is better for catching up. Leaving the WHO, that's like a political thing. I don't think that really affects catching up or falling behind in terms of, you know, like that's like just a separate thing. I don't think that really affects what I'm talking about either way. That's just more political, just like other stuff.
An excellent strike.
You will not fight alone.
Oh, you meant all the controversial stuff. Yeah. Well, that's what I mean, right? What I'm saying is, I don't think the controversial stuff relates to the topic of catching up or falling behind, and the ones that do relate, I feel like actually do help catch up. But the controversial stuff that doesn't relate. I don't talk about those too much. There's no point.
I'm headed here.
Tried KTZ against AI again, and it's tough. Versus AI? You mean you played KTZ in an AI game and it was really hard? Really?
I didn't start
I'd imagine playing it against AI wouldn't be too hard.
I'm on my way.
Every other First World nation has universal healthcare. Yeah, our healthcare system sucks. Yeah, I mean, but I don't know if that's like that's just like a, when has it ever been good? I feel like our healthcare sucked in the last 4 years. It sucked the 4 years before that. It's gonna suck in the next 4 years, right? So this is like irrelevant because I'm talking about are we gonna catch up in certain things versus not? And this is just the category to me where it's just like, well, it just always sucks. So because there's no difference in the sucking, irrelevant because there's no change as far as I can tell.
Choose a target. Your enemies fall before you.
This guy is he's smashing out of his mind.
Your foes will rue this day.
Knock 'em dead.
Fine choice. It won't be long before the shrines are ready for the taking.
Be nice if they tried to do executive orders that would help us. And I mean that's true, but stuff like that is probably a lot easier said than done. Like wasn't Obama about healthcare? I was way too young and I didn't care about politics at all. I mean, I still really don't, but
Control both shrines.
wasn't like making healthcare better like Obama's like big thing? Wasn't that like his big thing? So what happened there? How come? Like my guess is like you can't just like make an executive order and then all of a sudden it's better. You know, it's probably just way more complicated than that. Way harder to actually achieve. Shit is way too left for it to be solved easily for stuff like that. Probably.
The sun lights my path.
Show no mercy. Double kill.
Yeah, he really wants to kill me.
Killing
He
spree.
really wanted to kill me. Holy moly, man.
Vengeance.
By yourself, can you? I'll help.
So be it.
US healthcare system is good if you have good insurance. When you need surgery, you got it in like 2 weeks. In Canada, they would have taken like 6 to 9 months wait. They were necessary but not life-threatening emergencies. Yeah. To be fair, I think the whole like, oh, every other country has like, you know, what did you say? Every other first world country has like universal healthcare or something. You know, like, I feel like part of that is the grass is greener on the other side, kind of thing. Like, don't get me wrong. I think the U.S. healthcare system sucks personally. Like, it's atrociously expensive. But I think if you live in another country, like it might be really good in certain countries, but it's not like no one complains in the other countries. I'm sure there's complaints in the other countries as well. I'm sure they have problems as well. It might be different ones. It might be better overall, but it's not like it's perfect.
Stay watchful.
I saw this meme, once that I thought was pretty funny about healthcare. It was like in the US,
You've impressed me, hero.
you get charged like you get charged $1 million if you need some kind of healthcare. Like the US is like ungodly expensive. But like in Canada, you'd have to wait an ungodly long amount of time. So it might not be expensive, but you gotta wait like, a year instead of 2 weeks, something like that. And then there's like a different problem in Britain. I don't remember what the problem was with it in Britain. But yeah, I don't think any of the other countries are like perfect either. Why do they want to kill me so bad? I am just swarmed with nerds. So many nerds.
Triple kill.
It's a good idea to go mana addict this game, that's for sure.
Consider your flame extinguished.
I will be with you shortly. Mayhem.
Indeed.
I'm gonna see if I can find that meme after this game. I'm kind of curious what it said now. I wanna find it. I'll try to find it after.
Choose a talent.
Oh, there's some really good Oreo heals.
You're killing.
Oh my god, I get Zerg so hard, it's crazy.
The Dragon Knight shall reduce you to cinders.
Yeah, the cost is the big problem. It's hard to compare. Here in Sweden, there's a lot of problems. The quality is getting worse. The queues are getting longer, but it costs almost nothing. The maximum you pay in a year is $110 for medicine, $110 for care.
So be it.
Yeah, yeah. And I hear that for the European countries, in order to have like universal healthcare that's that good, because like that is way better, right? But in order to have that, I hear they have like don't they pay like way more taxes? I hear they pay like a lot of EU people pay like 50% of their income in taxes, like just straight up, because the taxes are so much more. So, it's. I mean, once again, I do think U.S. healthcare sucks, but if you're saying it sucks and every other country is just infinitely better, I mean, yeah, probably, but it's not. It's probably not as good as you think it is. The difference is probably not as vast as you think it is. Would you like? I feel like a lot of people wouldn't be thrilled to have the healthcare if they also had to pay 50% income taxes or 40 or something, as opposed to like 15 or 20 or whatever they pay here. So it's like, yeah, maybe it would still be better overall, but not as better as you'd think. Difference isn't. I'd imagine the difference isn't that earth-shattering.
Double kill.
Could certainly be better though. Could certainly be a lot better. It is kind of a scam here.
Well, that was rather entertaining.
Impressive.
The enemy is upon you.
You forgot to sign up for unemployment for 3 months. Had to pay 12k in fees in medical fees. You mean, assassin, or what fees?
minds
Shit,
awaken
not
once
the,
more.
no, the
Wield
number
the
one
dragon's
assassin
ancient
killer,
strength.
not the Eric. Oh, we did get a kill bottom. It's a seat next trade.
Fert4D0 just resubbed for 5 months.
Folk destroyed.
Belgium, you pay 50%, 32 in Sweden. What's the tax rate in California? I don't know. I'm not like a normal person.
Remind this kingdom
Well, the
of
tax
your
rate depends on
strength.
your income. It is rather high in California compared to other states, but like I'm not like a normal employed person. I'm like a self-employed person, so it's like way higher for me. But my number is not accurate to like the average person.
Merely a setback.
I think California taxes should be somewhere between like 10, 15? I feel like it's somewhere like 15 to 40% depending on how much you make. Something like that, I think.
The fire comes for you. Double kill.
I get infinite spread chain bombs because they got a
Triple
like.
kill.
You hunted
Quad kill.
Should we defend or should we end? Can we end? Yeah, I think we can. We got so much time. Oh no, I don't know. Our TC is hitting the wrong thing too. Okay.
Our enemy's defenses cannot hold. Your foe has destroyed a keep. Enemy slain. Double kill.
If you need to pay 50% taxes, can afford decent life, decent healthcare, it's good enough for you. Yeah, I mean, I think overall it is probably a better system. But I'm just saying, you know, it's not without its downsides. If you're young, or if you're just healthy, right? If you're young or healthy and you just don't go to the hospital much, like when I was in my 20s, I didn't go, like I basically never went to a doctor. Like I went there like never. So if I'm getting taxed as a 20-year-old to a 30-year-old for 10 years and I never go there and I'm getting taxed 50% when I could instead be getting taxed 20% in another country, you know, there's like downsides. The more you use it, the better it is for you. But there's downsides to other people. GG.